What is up, YouTube? It's me, the Wasssup, replaced today with the 4. And today I have my WrestleMania 30 review. And oh my gosh, what a pay-per-view! Oh my gosh, this was the best WrestleMania I've seen, because I've only seen 3. I've seen 28, 29, and now 30. This was the best WrestleMania I've seen. Oh my gosh, I only had one bad thing about it, and I'll get into that later. But oh my gosh, well, I'm still surprised. I'm very happy because Daniel Bryan is the new World Heavyweight Champion, and I just have to say, this was my favorite wrestler back when he first started in WWE, and he was the guy that everybody thought was not gonna make it in the WWE. Because remember, he was in he was in NXT. He was the first guy eliminated. He got fired from WWE one time, came back, but he was in the original Nexus, and he became United States Champion, Money in the Bank winner, World Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champion. Now WWE three-time WWE Champion, and you could say 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, but now because it's all one, you could say he's a 3-time WWE Champion because it's all one championship now. But anyway, we're gonna start from the beginning of the WWE pre-show, the first match, which was the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match between the Usos, the Real Americans, Los Matadores, and Ryback. So what a match! What a pre-show match! The best pre-show match I've seen ever, and it was crazy. Let's start off. The Usos tattoos were crazy, and the match was an incredible tag team match. I like the El Torito spot where he jumped and just created havoc, and it was crazy. Then the super kicks, I love those. And then the double Uso splash, and the what happened after the pre-show is what was the best part of this match. Cesaro turned face. He turned on Jack Swagger because Jack Swagger was angry that he lost and they did not win the tag team championship. So he put him in an ankle lock, and Zeb Coulter said, "Why?" Because he was already talking down on him, saying, "Why'd you lose?" And after they put him in an ankle lock, he got out of it. But then he Cesaro swing, Jack Swagger left, everybody cheering Antonio Cesaro. And then we opened up WrestleMania with an opening segment. We had Hulk Hogan coming out, talking about WrestleMania. That's what hosts do. That's what The Rock did back at 27, according to my WWE Network sources. And it was crazy. And then Stone Cold showed up. He started talking, and then The Rock came out, and he went off the chain. He was out of control. He was very unexpected. I knew he was gonna probably was gonna be at WrestleMania because they say he came randomly in New Orleans out of nowhere. Nobody knew where he came from, but nobody knew that he was in New Orleans. But I knew he was coming to WrestleMania for something, and he went off. He was talking about how Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold were the best, and how they were his idol. Stone Cold is his best, good friend, and he was just going off talking about lots of stuff. And then we had our opening match, which was Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. And let me tell you about Triple H's entrance. The girls that were I guess you could say the girls who were taking off his ring robe and all the other stuff, those are NXT divas, and I know 2 of them right now was Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair. That's all I know so far. But Triple H looked like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. Okay, if you don't know who Shao Kahn is, look him up. That's what his mask looked like, and it was crazy. So Daniel Bryan came out with the t-shirt, came out with the basic intro with the yes chant, but the whole crowd was chanting yes. I don't think there was anybody who was not chanting yes. And my only complaint is why do he have fur on his boots? I don't understand that. But he was chanting yes, 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 yes. And then his shoulder was taped up, so I knew something that was gonna come into effect. So we start off, with a basic grapple. Daniel Bryan getting his moves in, because Triple H, he reached his hand out for a handshake, to shake his hand, good respect. Daniel Bryan kicked his hand, started beating on him, and then he put his hand out and tried to shake his hand. And the brawl started, basic moves, all the other stuff. But it was a spot right here, right? Triple H was about to pedigree Daniel Bryan through the announce table, but instead took his arm and I guess you could say he jumped off the table to the ground, but he pulled Daniel Bryan's arm in the process, and now I could tell that really hurt. And then the part where Daniel Bryan started to go off, and he was about to go up for the Triple H went up for the Crippler Crossface, which is a move used by none other than Chris Benoit, and he used the Crippler Crossface, and then it turned into Daniel Bryan reversed into a Yes Lock, which I've never seen anybody do, because both of those moves are pretty similar, because they have the same hold, except they basically have the same hold and everything. It's just for with the Crippler Crossface, his legs are like spread out. Daniel Bryan's legs are like really close together. That's probably the only difference. But then Triple H got out of it. And then when Daniel Bryan was about to go up for the knee plus, Triple H reversed it to a spine buster. Then he pedigreed him. And then after that, Triple H also went for another submission. He went for the crossface chicken wing, which was a move used by Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bob Backlund. But then the craziest part was after he did that, Triple H decided to go up for another pedigree, and Daniel Bryan turned it into a pin, which I've never seen anybody do before. Turned it into a pin, then he got out of it, and then the next thing that happened, it went to a bunch of moves, and Daniel Bryan went to the corner and hit up with the kick to the head, and then he hit the solid knee plus. He hit the knee plus on Triple H, and he won. But after what happened, Daniel Bryan was celebrating. Stephanie McMahon came out and just started smacking him. She's smacking him, man. He just no-sold it. He just looked at her, and then Triple H hit him with a close onto the back of the head. He put his shoulder, his arm across the ring post, took the steel chair and smashed it to injure him, because remember, the stipulation of the match, whoever wins this is going to be in the main event WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, because remember, we have two heels in the main event. Nobody likes neither of them. Everybody loves Daniel Bryan, so I knew he was going to win. If he lost, everybody was going to riot. Somebody was going to die, because New Orleans is crazy. They're savage. If they don't get their way, something crazy is going to happen, and if Daniel Bryan did not win, they were going to go off. And then the next match was the Shield versus the New Age Outlaws and Kane. And this match right here was it was short, but it had some crazy spots, like Roman Reigns hit the spear on the Kane, and then he had a double spear on the New Age Outlaws, and then they did a triple power bomb. And according to my news sources, Billy Gunn had suffered an injury, which is something, I can't pronounce it, but it was internal bleeding. It was internal bleeding. It was internal bleeding, and I guess his career is probably going to be over. And then the next match was John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, which was a incredible match. First, I got to get on Bray Wyatt's entrance. One of the best entrances I've seen this year. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry for this unprofessionalism. Alright, anyway, I'm sorry. I was texting a friend. And then he came out. He had the girl dancing. I thought it was going to be Cena's entrance. He was going to have some type of weird New Orleans stuff. But he had a girl dancing. She was dancing, doing the thing, shaking her. Gotta like the little booty, right? And then she, after that, Bray Wyatt did his little vignette where he was like, "We're here," came out. And then he had the band who does his theme song with some crazy mask, some Assassin's Creed Liberation type of mask on, and had some Assassin's Creed, and it was singing a theme song, and it was epic, because it's very New Orleans, and I knew something crazy was gonna happen, because it's New Orleans. They have a lot of crazy stuff. And he came out with the code with the Wyatt family. Cena came out with the basic entrance, but then they had the match. Cena went savage on Bray Wyatt at the beginning. He did a big boot. I never seen Cena do a big boot. He world star hip hop him. He just started punching him, going in. And then the next part of this was Cena he was turning his savage up. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm from Chicago, so we know what savage means around here. If you claim you savage, you better claim it, because he turned his freaking savage up. He was going in. And then the Wyatt family, got involved. We heard a yeah from from Luke Harper, so I was happy, because that's always hilarious, because it's so random. And then the next and then Bray Wyatt starts to get his moves, and he starts to go savage. And it was just an incredible match. And see, Bray Wyatt always gives everybody a good match, because he gave Daniel Bryan a good match at the Royal Rumble. He had a good match with the Shield, so he's just having good pay-per-view matches, because he had a good match with Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble, good match with the Shield at Elimination Chamber, and now he had a good match at WrestleMania. But some other crap that happened. Cena was on the top rope, right? I guess he was gonna go for the leg drop, but instead he went from a Sin Cara outside dive on the Wyatt family. That didn't do nothing, because they still hit some moves on him. But it was this one spot, right? they distracted Cena. Cena actually hit the attitude adjustment, hit the 1, 2, 3, and Bray Wyatt kicked out. I was surprised because I never seen Bray Wyatt versus John Cena before, so he kicked out of it. I was surprised. I was wild, and he actually had the crowd singing church music. You can say, and then the next part was crazy. John Cena had Luke Harper, right? He was on the barricade. He was outside. They was already beating him, right? He put him through the barricade like Roman Reigns. Put him right through it. And Luke Harper sold it perfectly because he did not move the whole entire time. He was legit. You could say he was legitimately dead. And then the next part was Bray Wyatt was like, hit me with the stairs. He was like, hit me. He wanted Cena to bring out the monster, bring out his legacy, like what Kane wanted him to do before. And then it was another part where Luke Harper, I guess, he came back to life, brought in a steel chair, and he was like, hit me with the steel chair, because he kept saying, Cena, he's basically saying, turn your savage up, man, destroy me. No homo. He said, destroy me. And he took the steel chair. I thought he was about to hit him. I was like, hit him, turn your savage up. It was another spot. He hit the Sister Abigail. Cena kicked out. I was like, okay, Cena's gonna win because whenever somebody kicks out, they usually win from a Sister Abigail because that move is very powerful. So then he hit Eric Rowan, and Eric Rowan went out, and then he was gonna go for the Sister Abigail, and John Cena reversed it to an attitude adjustment, and he won. And I was very surprised because I think Bray Wyatt should have won because his gimmick is that he's supposed to be scaring people. And what way to get over than to be one of WWE's top superstars, one of WWE's legends, and the fact that he's a legend of the WWE. John Cena. And then after that, he went to go hug everybody. He hugged Nikki and Bree's mom, his grandma, his dad, even The Rock's mom. So I guess they're cool now. And then the next match of the night, I can't talk about this match. This was Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, and if you saw this match, my goodness, I swear this match was the most emotional, it was the most shocking match in my history watching wrestling. So the match started, it had Brock Lesnar with a basic entrance. Then Undertaker came out with the crazy entrance. He had like a vignette showing all his victims, and then they had a casket specially placed for Brock Lesnar. And then the next part, he came out with the classic entrance with the hat and a trench coat. Yo, that thing was that was crazy. That was history right there. So the match started. It was a crazy match. Brock Lesnar got his moves in. Undertaker got his moves in. But the first F5 Brock Lesnar hit, I was like, it's over. Undertaker's too old. He's like 49 years old. He can't be doing this. Kicked out of the first one. Undertaker hit his move. I believe he hit the tombstone. I was half paying attention until the end, but he had another F5. I thought, man, it's completely over. After 2 F5s, Undertaker's done. Kicked out. I was like, whoa, this dude is immortal right now. So right when Undertaker was about to go for a tombstone, Brock Lesnar, I thought he was gonna reverse and do a tombstone, but instead turned it into an F5. Hit the third F5. 1, 2, 3. The streak is over. Undertaker is now 21-1, and honestly, I'm still shocked right now, even though I'm kind of happy that Daniel Bryan won. I'm still shocked because that's history right there. Undertaker's streak is one of WWE's biggest histories. The streak, and I feel bad because that was probably Undertaker's last match because he only wrestles at WrestleMania. What's the point of wrestling at WrestleMania if you only wrestle one match a year and that's at WrestleMania? So he was probably sad, depressed, and I feel bad for Undertaker because now he has to retire, and now Brock Lesnar's the guy. Out of all people, Undertaker faces Brock Lesnar, the guy to end it. And I kind of knew Brock Lesnar was gonna do it because Undertaker was older, and I knew he couldn't handle Brock Lesnar. But after that, he was still on the ground after that, and Paul Heyman was just happy. He was hugging him and everything because he was the one who basically put this all together, because he kept coming up with vignettes saying Brock Lesnar is going to defeat him because the Undertaker is dying himself and he's going to lose. And in fact, he lost, and he's no longer undefeated at WrestleMania. And I have a theory. So my first theory is what everybody's probably thinking. It's his last match. Everybody loses when they're about to go out, right? Nobody goes out ever on top or like that. Because Shawn Michaels, when he left or retired, he lost. Ric Flair, when he left to go retire, to live life. He lost. So Undertaker's about to go retire and live life, and he has to lose. So, and the other theory is that it's 30 years of WrestleMania. We have history and history upon history. We have lots of crazy stuff that happened, and lots and lots of crazy stuff. And what way to like end history than to end the streak, which is part of WrestleMania history. And I just remember I forgot about the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant 30-man Battle Royal, which came after the Shield match. I forgot. I had kind of wrote down the matches to keep myself in track, but I had balled up the paper because I was so mad that Undertaker lost. So that match was crazy. It was an average battle royal. You know, the jobbers always go off first. But it was this one spot, right, where Kofi Kingston was like about to go, I guess, for a monkey flip or something, and he jumped, and Antonio Cesaro caught him and threw him. But when he fell to the ground, his feet hit the stairs, and he climbed up, got back in the ring. I knew something crazy was gonna happen with Kofi Kingston in battle royals, because that's what he does. He always has that moment. And it was another crazy spot where Dolph Ziggler was like hanging on the ropes, right? He was about to come back in. You know how the person is like hanging and then they about to like flip back in. Well, that didn't happen because Alberto Del Rio kicked him in the face and he got eliminated. So the final when Alberto Del Rio, he went out for the cross arm breaker, and Sheamus picked him up, right? And he was about to throw him off, and he ended up eliminating himself. So we got down to the final two, Cesaro, Big Show. Everybody was booing because everybody in New Orleans, I guess they love Antonio Cesaro. So what happened was Big Show was about to eliminate Antonio Cesaro, and what happened will change my existence. Oh my gosh! Antonio Cesaro picked up the Big Show and tossed him over the ring, and won the Andre the Giant 30-man Memorial Battle Royal, and he won. He won it fair and square. Big Show shook his hand, but I'm still surprised Antonio Cesaro picked up the Big Show. Big Show weighs as much as Andre the Giant, and he picked him up. So he won it. He kissed the trophy, held it up, and Antonio Cesaro, I think it's great to get him over as a face, for him to win it, and then him to talk about it. It's basically for him to get over as a face, because I think he turned face tonight when he turned on Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. They're probably gonna go back together, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna trust him again. So after that, we had after the Undertaker match, because we had to go back to the third match with the Andre the Giant. I don't feel like doing this over, so you're gonna have to deal with it, people. You're gonna have to deal with it, and like Batista, deal with it. And then we had the Divas match. I had better expectations for this match, but after Undertaker lost, I didn't care for the match. People booed it. People chanted "Thank you, Taker," and AJ Lee ended up winning. Oh, but Nikki Bella hit her finisher on her own sister, so that made me go like, wow. But she ended up putting AJ Lee ended up putting her finisher Black Widow on was Naomi, and she tapped out. So she still retained it. Big Girl was mad. There was a lot of stuff that I think that was gonna happen. Ain't nothing crazy happened except for Nikki doing her finisher on her own sister. That was the only thing that made me go wow. And then we had the main event match, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match with Batista, Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan. And Randy Orton actually had the band who sings his theme song come out. So we have two people who have the band to do their theme song, perform it live for the entrance. And I think CM Punk did it once, Mark Henry did it once that I know of. CM Punk did it last year. He brought Living Color, and Mark Henry brought out 3-6 Mafia on the episode of SmackDown to perform their theme song live. So that was pretty cool. Had Batista come out wearing Jordans. I was talking to my friend Ryan. I was ranting on him saying, why are you wearing Jordans to a wrestling match? Are you going to dunk on somebody? But this match, because Daniel Bryan entered it, it got better, because I don't think anybody was going to enjoy this match if Daniel Bryan was going to be in it. So what happened was, they attacked Daniel Bryan, of course. They got him out. Randy Orton and Batista had some one-on-one spots, but when Daniel Bryan started to go off, he started to hit the yes lock on Randy Orton, and I thought Randy Orton was about to tap out. And guess what happened? Triple H and Stephanie McMahon came from behind, from the crowd to interfere in it, and Daniel Bryan, and they brought in that referee Scott Armstrong to do the pin count, because that was the referee that they used for the Night of Champions pay-per-view when they fired him and brought him back for Battleground. So I guess that's their personal referee that they're going to use, Scott Armstrong. And he ended up kicking that referee in the face because I thought he was gonna fast count it and ruin it because I kept saying I swear on Bob I was going in on this review. So I hope I'm calm now that he won. But he ended up going for an outside dive on Triple H, and I guess it hit Stephanie because she fell down too. So I guess he got the authority. So after that, Daniel Bryan still went off, but Triple H didn't stop. He came in with the sledgehammer, but Daniel Bryan took it, hit Triple H with the sledgehammer, and Triple H was done for the night. They started to get carried by referees, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and the referee. And after that, they start to attack Daniel Bryan. They say, let's team up and let's destroy Daniel Bryan. So it was this one spot, right? They threw him into the they just started beating on him, and just beating on him with steel steps and everything. So then what they did, they took the tables, the announce tables, and they worked out something. This was the best spot I've seen in this match. One of the best spots I've seen in this pay-per-view. Batista picked him up, right, for the Batista bomb on one table to slam him through the other, like what the Wyatt family did to Seth Rollins, but with a Batista bomb. Did it, picked him up, and when he threw him, Randy Orton caught him and hit. I guess they called it an RKO, but it was it was just a neck breaker because he didn't do it from the face, did it from the neck and through the table, and both of them was injured because Randy Orton back, he had scars on his back. I guess he had cuts on his back. And I thought Daniel Bryan was dead because they had to stretch her out. He wasn't moving. And they ended up brawling outside. And this is what I knew. This is how I knew Daniel Bryan was going to win, because instead of just going back into the ring and fighting, they were just throwing each other into the barricade. So right when they were about to do something, Daniel Bryan start shaking his head. No, he started hooking all this stuff. He fell off the stretcher. He couldn't stand on his own. And Randy Orton threw him into the steel steps. But they were just using him as a punching bag because I knew Daniel Bryan was injured, so I knew he was going to get less time. So they were just gonna throw him around, get him some time to breathe. And Daniel Bryan went crazy. He had the knee plus on Randy Orton, and went for the yes lock, and then Batista did that, and he hit him with the what's the move? He started beating on him, and when he went for the knee plus on Batista and did the same thing, Randy Orton kicked out of it, I believe. But this is basically the ending. So I guess Randy Orton was out of it. I think it was something that happened with Randy Orton. I forgot. But Batista was gonna go for something. Daniel Bryan caught him out of nowhere with the yes lock, and he had him he had him like right almost by the ropes, and Batista was like and he tapped out quick. He tapped out pretty quick, and I'm very excited Daniel Bryan won. He finally got the payoff that he deserved. Everybody was angry that he never got the payoff he deserved, and now he's gonna have a great reign as the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, hopefully for a year, to be like the next CM Punk. And everybody expected CM Punk to come out because the CM Punk chant started when they did that spot where he powerbombed him into a RKO neckbreaker through the announce table. They start chanting CM Punk because everybody wants CM Punk to come save him, but CM Punk is being a punk right now, and I hate to say that, but he's one of my favorite wrestlers, and he just not, instead of handling like a man, he just got on his plane and left. And anyway, yeah, Daniel Bryan's World Heavyweight Champion, so I am very excited about that. He's now champion, and there's nothing that the authority can do about it because he won it fair and square. It's nothing they can do. They can screw him over, but he is now the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He is the face of the company. He's that guy, and they can't do nothing about it because he won it fair and square. They even interfered, and it still didn't work. So, and they tried to injure him again, and it still didn't work. But Daniel Bryan is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, guys, and you know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do for me, support you and your kids. Guys, I just want to say thank you for the 100 subscribers. I appreciate it a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. Hopefully, we can get to 1K subscribers. That would be amazing. That would be amazing if we can get to 1K subscribers. And anyway, my birthday's coming up pretty soon. Let's see. My birthday's coming up. It's gonna be next Thursday. So wish me happy birthday on my Twitter, my Facebook. Leave comments. Probably making a video saying my birthday's that. 1 year anniversary is the Thursday after my birthday, I believe. Yes, the 1 year anniversary will be after the same day, 1 week after my birthday. So my 1 year anniversary, I will be making a video on that to talk about my experience with YouTube, what I've done with my whole year, what I've expected, basically everything I wanted to tell you with my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.